All right, I guess now I can. I've got all my high pressure lines still loose at the injectors, so I guess now I can crank this over. And that crow's loud. Anyways, see, you hear him? A loud bastard. Oh, my wife hates him. Anyways, let's see. So, let's see. Fuel shut off. On. And then, let's see, then we want the throttle up, I guess, a little bit. Oops, I almost forgot my cover. I'm just going to temporarily put that cover on, and then if I get it running and everything seems like it's okay, then I'm going to make up a gasket and clean off this old RTV and properly seal that thing. Alright, so now the trick is going to be to be able to try and see if any fuel starts coming out of these high pressure lines when I'm cranking the motor. I wonder how long it takes for that to actually start turning into some meaningful pressure on these lines. I'm wondering if I should crack this line here and continue to pump the primer. Bet you that would help a lot. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I forgot. Because my alternator's off, this belt right here, which was on the pulley, kind of doesn't really sit right. I'm worried about it. Well, let's see, if I leave it like that, it should be okay. Hopefully that won't get snagged on anything. I'm hoping it doesn't get snagged, and, well, I guess worst thing that would happen was it would shred the belt, right? Maybe? Huh? Yeah, that makes sense to me, because I've got fuel all the way up to the top of the filter, but then this whole line right here it's gonna deal with. So if I crack this here, I'll run my hand primer until I get fuel leaking at that fitting. Well, that was quick. I am getting fuel all the way up to there already, I guess. Alright. I guess cranking it did it. Alright, that's nice. So now... Oh, does that seem loose? A little bit, huh? Okay. So I've got fuel up to here, so I've got my throttle. Let's see, I think if I put the throttle full on, that might help. Alright, throttle's full open. Let's crank it a little more. Oops. Bad connection at the battery. And now we shall try that again. Alright. I would think one of these lines that's shorter should be one of the first ones to start having fuel escape from it, right? Which I guess would be like this one here. I don't see anything there though. I do have that one loose. Not quite sure how long I should be expected to crank this thing to bleed the high pressure lines after a complete tear down of the pump like this. You know, part of me wants to say, well, just keep cranking. And part of me wants to say, no, there's something wrong, stop. I decided I'm going to loosen the return line fitting right here and see if fuel comes out there. Well, I find that disconcerting. I disconnect this return line right here. I've got it very loose. And I'm not getting one drop of fluid out of here when I'm cranking it. Not one drop of diesel coming out of here while I crank it. And I know I've got diesel up to here. So if I've got diesel going right into the transfer pump, why isn't the transfer pump filling this part of the pump right here and pushing fluid back out this line? Now if I put the transfer pump liner in backwards, it would do exactly this from what I read online. But that's exactly why I'm pretty sure I double checked that and made sure that I put it in for a clockwise pump before I put it all back together. I also compared it to my video, my disassembly video. I mean, how the heck else? I don't know how I could have got that wrong. And my thinking is, even if my metering valve, if something was screwed up here in my linkage and my metering valve was not working properly, I should still be getting fluid coming out of here on the return, because I'm pretty sure this is still going to fill up like it's supposed to in here. Actually kind of regretting having disconnected that electric pump now. I kind of want to just fire up that electric pump and see what would happen. See if I'd start to get fluid coming through the pump. I mean, I'm thinking once I've bled it up to this point right here, that the transfer pump should be able to self-prime. It hasn't done anything though. I don't think that transfer pump is moving any fluid. Alright, I rehooked up the electric pump. I'm going to leave this fitting loose, this return fitting loose for now. And let's fire up that pump. I can remember which one of these wires goes to it. Which wire goes to the pump? Alright, it looks like it's the black one. Nice thing about the pump is you can hear that thing chattering like a chipmunk. I thought you could. Why aren't I? What the heck? Well, I'm running out of time, but I did get that pump hooked up, and it is running right now, so. Doesn't seem to be doing much. Well, that's interesting. Why wouldn't the electric pump be pumping now? Did I forget to turn the fuel back on after I... Nope, I turned the fuel back on. Doesn't sound like it's building pressure either. I wonder how low I am on fuel. Well, I see fuel down in there, but I'm not sure how deep it is. Let's see if I can get a stick. Clean stick. Well, I've got about 2.5 inches of fuel in the bottom of the tank. Probably could stand to use some more. I mean, yeah, I'm low on fuel, but should still be enough in there. Unless there's a little standpipe in the bottom of that tank that sticks up pretty far. Well, it wouldn't hurt to put more fuel in it. I'm running out of time for today, unfortunately. Much to my chagrin. I'm going to try cranking it with the pump runner just for the heck of it. See if anything changes. Air and fuel coming out of the high pressure lines. Ha ha ha! Okay, I tightened my return line fitting even though I still don't have fuel coming out of there. And I tightened the number 1 cylinder. I'm curious if I crank it, will it make enough pressure to pop the injector on number 1 and give me some smoke? Look at that, smoke. Smoke. There's only one way that could be happening. The injector's popping. Time to tighten up the other injectors. Well, I've tightened up all the injector lines, even at pesky number 6.